Thailand's military staged a coup on May 22nd, calling it necessary to prevent civil war. More than 250 politicians, scholars, activists, and journalists were ordered to turn themselves into the military authorities. The moves prompted an international backlash, with the U.S. cutting aid to Thailand and canceling a series of military exercises and visits.
And Thailand's ruling military did not stop there. It voided the constitution, censored the media, and banned public gatherings of 5 or more people. It also imposed strict curbs on political speech.
VOA correspondent Steve Herman has been reporting for us from Bangkok since the military took over the government. This is Thailand's 12th coup since 1932, and I asked Steve what it's like to be in Bangkok during this time.
Well, for me, it's a bit of deja vu because I covered my first coup here in Bangkok in 1981. And that was one of the coups that was not successful. There have been about 19 successful and unsuccessful since 1932. This one, by all intents and purposes, at least until now, has been successful because the military and the army chief have taken firm control of the country. The army chief, Prayut Chan-o-cha, is not only controlling the military, he's also controlling the executive and legislative branches of government as well. And there's been no real opposition in the streets, unlike other coups. There's no shooting going on. There have been some anti-coup demonstrations from grassroots groups, as well as some of the die-hard red shirts who are supporters of the ousted prime ministers, both Thaksin Shinawatra, who was ousted in a 2006 coup, and his sister Yingluck, who was ousted by a judicial decree just before the coup that occurred here during May.
Now, is this coup following the same script, say, as a couple of the other ones, or are things a little bit different this time around?
Oh, I think compared to the last coup in 2006, it's a little bit of a tougher crackdown. Some of the loyalists to the military and the opponents of the Thaksin group were critical that the military in 2006 did not eradicate the influence of Thaksin Shinawatra from Thai politics. And I had one of the top coup spokesmen, Colonel, tell me, when I asked him, is the purpose of this coup now to eradicate the influence of Thaksin and his supporters from Thai politics, he replied in the affirmative. And although they're talking about balance and reconciliation, they're definitely coming down a lot harder on the red shirts as opposed to the yellow shirts being more of a pro-monarchy group. And we're also involved in the demonstrations that went on for about 6 months before the coup, calling for the ouster of the government.
Now, it obviously seems like this is sort of normal for Thailand. So it's a rather bizarre democracy, really, because anytime something gets tilted, the military jumps in and takes over control. So what do the people say about the kind of democracy that they live in?
What's very interesting, I think, about this coup this time around, as opposed to past years where the military could step in, they could censor the press, control the television stations, and really keep information from being disseminated. These days, social media is a much stronger force than it was ever before. And while we had Facebook go down for about 90 minutes one day, the military is also talking about monitoring communications on social media sites such as Line. And there's talk that they may shut down other elements of the internet if there's too much opposition to the coup online over the next few weeks.
How is all of this affecting tourism?
Well, it's been affecting tourism for a period of time because of these big anti-government demonstrations we were having before the coup. Tourism has been off, and I think especially the Japanese and the Chinese have been very skittish about coming to Thailand amid all of this political turmoil. And it's affecting the entire economy. There is no doubt about that. Tourism is about 7% of the GDP. A larger chunk is the foreign direct investment. We're already hearing about manufacturers that are putting off plans for new investment, for expansion. And although Thais are buying stocks since the coup has happened, they see this as something positive, that it's ending a period of political turmoil. Foreign investors are still much more skittish or are taking a wait-and-see attitude.
All right, and of course, that was Steve Herman, VOA's Bangkok correspondent. Now, those in Thailand who oppose this coup have been using the three-fingered salute that we've seen in the popular Hunger Games series as a quiet symbol of defiance, but Thailand's military has threatened to arrest those people who flash that sign.